How's it going, YouTube? This is Trainer JI, and this is PSA return number 11, part 2. Yeah, did the first 50 cards from the 100 card return, part 1. You can check that out, and this is the other half. I typically split these up just because it usually takes a lot of time, but depending on whether or not I want to start just doing a whole video, just kind of depends. It's like some I don't take a lot of time on for some reason. I guess maybe just stuff doesn't interest me, and then other ones I just take forever. So it's like if it's one of those, it could be like an hour video. If it's normal, it could be like half hour. So I just split them up just to make sure. So yeah, either way, let's jump into this. Sub overall was, I would call, below average as far as 10 rate. I think got like 16 10s out of 100. Pretty rough there overall, but just not really getting too upset about it anymore, just because everything sells at some point. So, and at the prices I bought a lot of this stuff for, it really just doesn't matter. So jump into it. We have Mega Mewtwo EX from Red Flash, PSA 9. Nice card. This is actually from one of my other videos when I opened the Space Fissure VS pack. This was pack fresh from a deck, and it graded an 8. That's how tough these are to grade, and that's I'm honestly, like, I'm not surprised, because if you look at everything in total, it definitely it's an 8 or 9 for sure. So just because you open something out of a pack brand new fresh doesn't mean you're gonna get a 10. We have one of my favorite Pikachu promos from Diamond and Pearl era. We have the DP card exchange, PSA 8 on this one. I don't know. Looks like a pretty decent card, although I do see some scratching on the back. It's interesting. Unless that's the case. Huh. Oh, I don't know. Either way, nice card. We have PSA 10, Creepy Mewtwo GX. Never fails. They seem to be able to grade a 10 on this, like, every time. Wish you could trade it for a 10 grade on something else, because we're racking these up, but it is what it is. We have Curlia, Shiny Collection, PSA 8. Notice that it's shiny from Shiny Collection. Interesting, right? My playmat keeps getting caught in my sleeve, and it's annoying me. I like this full-size playmat, but I'm still getting used to, like, having it, like, right at the edge of my desk. I think it doesn't help that I have a bunch of other PSA cards to my left. Now we're getting picky. All right. We have PSA 9, Magikarp and Wailord GX Tag Bolt. PSA 9, Giratina GG End. As far as, like, a modern holo goes, I don't know. I thought this one was pretty nice. What is it? Misa Tsutsui, or I don't know how you pronounce that, but yeah, as far as a modern holo goes for something, Sun and Moon, right? Yeah, from Sun and Moon, I thought this one was pretty decent overall. We have Dragonair Expedition, PSA 8. Another really pretty card. Nice cemento artwork. Banette Undone Seal, PSA 9. Nice Harada. Gardevoir, Dawn Dash, 9. Gardevoir Shiny Collection, 9. And notice that it's shiny. It's crazy, right? It's probably one of the better, if not the best, cards from the sub. We have the Hoopa. Yeah, I don't know what that means. It's basically a movie giveaway promo. But it has, like, it's like the full art style. I've talked about this card numerous times. It's like the Festas. It's almost like the Festa Pikas. And you do have Pikachu in this one. This one's actually been going up in value pretty steady. I'm glad, because I bought a bunch of them before it happened. So, yeah. Nice card. Again, I've said it before, if Pikachu was a little bit bigger on this card and Hoopa was a little smaller, this would probably be like a $1,000 card in a 10. We have Team Magnus Claydol from Double Crisis, 9. PSA 8 Ursaring Shiny Collection. PSA 10 on the Fortress from the constructed deck. You know, it's crazy. You grade all this stuff, and there's certain things you kind of expect to sell quick, and then other things you're like, eh. I have so many cards that I can't believe they sit there, and you can lower the price, like you can mess with stuff, and they just don't sell, and it's like, man, this is such a good card, why doesn't it sell? And then you have stuff like this where you expect to sit on it for seemingly forever, and believe it or not, this is the second one of these I've graded, and the first one's gone, to a guy that loves Fortress. He's a Fortress collector. He's bought numerous PSA 10 Fortress off me, which I'm actually pumped on because Fortress is definitely like up there as far as Pokemon for me. I was super pumped to catch Pineco and Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or excuse me, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I'm thinking cards, in Gold and Silver, and evolve into Fortress. I always like the bug steel typing, and I just think Fortress looks cool, and the whole rapid spin, and I don't know, might be weird, but just always been kind of a big fan of this Pokemon, and it's cool to see somebody be a collector. We have Steelix Stormfront, 9. Roserade C from the Garchomp half deck, PSA 9. We have PSA 10. It's funny, so we'll actually double back, so that's actually fitting. And they're both steel type, that's kind of cool too. This card, I have so many 10s of this now at this point. I've graded so many of these. I don't know why or how I ended up with so many copies, but I did. And I bet you I probably have like 5 or 6 10s in like inventory, maybe even more. And it's like they just don't sell. It's such a great card. Like, this is a beautiful holo. It's Jirachi. Like, it's a good era. It just doesn't sell. Meanwhile, your boy Fortress over here, he's been selling. So sometimes it's not always about what you think should be selling. It's what people are interested in, what's available. So still a very nice card, though. I think this is a beautiful holo. All right. We have Espeon, Dawn Dash, 9. Always really liked the evolutions from the Diamond and Pearl era. And most people don't know, but this is actually a rare. I think all of them are rares. There's a lot of like cards that are kind of sneaky like that from Diamond and Pearl that are like literal rares in the pack, 1 per pack. And they just, I don't know, I just think they're super cheap for that, especially since, the Pokemon that they are in the artwork. We have Butler's Dusclops, PSA 9. Actually, this could be the thumbnail. I always thought this was really good. When you do the zoom and you see the Mighty Ant to the left and you see the Curlia to the right, I don't know if it's supposed to be like a show or what's going on, but I always thought this was a great artwork. I think Dusclops is kind of an underrated Pokemon too. We have Movie Promo, DPP, Giratina, PSA 9. Gengar, V-Star Universe, PSA 10. It's one of those things where it's like Modern comes back and of course gets 10, and this is kind of why if you guys watched any of my recent live streams or anything like that, you'll see that I was just doing some sorting. It was honestly really spur of the moment, and I've decided that I'm only going to send stuff in by era. So like this is from Sword and Shield era. I'm only going to send stuff. I might include like Scarlet Violet too, just because it's so modern, it kind of fits together. But as far as like early on stuff like E-Series, everything together. E-Series with like VS, all that stuff, because I kind of feel like they're the same range. Also that odd kind of border as well. But all EX here, all Diamond and Pearl, all Platinum, all Heart Gold, Soul Silver, all Black and White, all XY, all Sun and Moon. Just kind of going to keep up with that flow and send stuff in all from the same area and kind of see if I get a different result. Wouldn't say you're necessarily manipulating your chances of grading. I think I said it in one of the other videos. I think you're just, if you see a super fresh, clean card like this, and then you see a card like this that is very clean, definitely potentially gem mint worthy as long as the centering's there, but it's not fresh, brand new. It's 08, so literally 15 years old. I think you start to see these, you're like, oh, 10, and then you see this, oh, like, that's not quite right, like a 9. So, I know it might sound dumb, because it's like, okay, well, it got a 9, it's a 9. Yeah, but at the same time, I think you can make things like this look worse by having a lot of this kind of stuff in the same sub. But I could be completely wrong. I have no idea what their exact process is, but we'll see if I'm right or wrong in the long run. We have Miss Magius, Stormfront, 9. Cresselia from Regigigas Level X Collection Pack, 9. Awesome swirl on that one. We have Abra, Expedition, PSA 8. Armored Mewtwo, PSA 9. These are tough to grade, man. I'll tell you what. I've got more 9s than I have 10s, and this is a very modern card. Now, I will say a lot of these come with a dent because of the way they were packaged. Obviously, I probably wouldn't send one of those in. But, yeah, even without the dent, I mean, the centering's just slightly off in this. They gave it a 9. Tough grade, and these, I mean, the pop's got to be crazy high in this, but these still probably go for like 100, 150 bucks in the 10. We have Chandelure. Speaking of another card you wouldn't expect to sell right away, this is the second 10 of this I've graded, and I sold the other 10 already. So it's interesting. It just makes me more confident in the stuff that I'm grading because I realize that there are collectors for this stuff out there, and they are like, you know, they're really like looking for stuff like this and people grading this stuff. I think a lot of collectors are looking for this kind of stuff, because most people don't grade it. All they do is just grade the Charizard, the Blastoise, the Venusaur, the Pikachu, and they just let this good artwork, like nice cards like this, Pokemon that, you know, maybe fewer people like, they kind of let them go by the wayside. So, I don't know. I love grading this kind of stuff. I love seeing people buy this kind of stuff because it's like, like somebody really appreciates this card. So, we have PSA 10, EX Battle Boost, Mewtwo EX. Nice one on this one. Tag Bolt, Blastoise, PSA 9. I don't know what happened on this one. I mean, I don't know if you can get a cleaner card overall. I mean, I don't know. They're just getting a little more strict, I think. And I don't know if it's because they're incorporating a little bit of AI into their grading. I did speak with a representative this last week about an order I had a while ago that I wasn't happy with a couple of the grades because it seemed like something happened to the cards during the grading process. And they were cool about it. PSA is always cool. I wasn't quite satisfied with the outcome. They're going to refund me the grading fees, and they're going to refund me some of the difference between what I kind of assumed they would grade and what they did, and get the cards back. It's money back that I didn't have, so I can't complain. But either way, what I'm getting at there is she basically said that, you know, she's glad that we, you know, people keep reaching out, and it's good to correct them when they're wrong, and they're willing to own up to it and take responsibility. Do they always take responsibility the right way? That's to be determined. But regardless, they're willing to learn, they're willing to progress, they're willing to become a better grading company. And on top of that, she said that they are using AI in some way. Didn't specify how, but said they are getting into using it. It'll never be full AI, just because you always need like a little bit of human interface with this kind of stuff to be consistent. Like, just in general, knowing like, hey, like, here's a card to the left. This isn't part of this sub, but, you know, hey, like, E-Series, like, it's not going to look perfectly centered because I know it's E-Series. It's set up this way. This is the way it's supposed to be. But you could figure out and program into the eye, potentially, you know, what parameters fit a well-centered E-Series cards, like what ratio the border should be. So there always needs to be some human aspect to it. It's just how it is, and there's always going to be some flaw to it because of that. But for the most part, I would say PSA is the most consistent out there. They hold the most value overall, long term, like through and through. It's for me. Yeah, it's always going to be the company to grade with. So unless they go downhill for some reason, which I doubt, I think they have good ownership right now. Yeah, I just think they'll always be a company that I grade with. So we have Hoopa Movie Commemoration Special Pack 9. Ditto Mr. Mime Han Research Tower 9. Duskull Stormfront. Unfortunate on this one, we got a 7. Centering is off on this one. This one has maybe a little bit of the chipping that they back looks pretty clean. There might be like a small indent or something on this one, but I mean, that's what's crazy. Like, a 7 is still a near mint card. Like, this is still near mint. Like, this is something you'd expect to buy off eBay listed as near mint. And it is. It really is a near mint card overall. It's, you know, maybe there's something that you're missing here they don't see, but it's still a near mint card, and I think a lot of the lower grades don't get as much respect as they should because everyone just searching for the 10, has to be a 10, and I was like that myself at one point, but I just, after a while, you get to the point where you're like, that doesn't really make much sense, because, you know, a 10 could be a 9 on a different day depending on the grader and how strict they are, or vice versa, how loose they are. A 9 could be a 10 on any day. Like, that's how close it is. Like, I don't know, I think 10s are somewhat overvalued sometimes, and I think lower grades are definitely undervalued overall. I'm not saying that some 10s aren't. Like, I mean, some stuff is just impossibly hard to grade, and that makes complete sense that, you know, if it's high demand, low pop, that it's going to hold a super, super big premium. But I always love this card. I do have one of these in my personal collection. I think I have a 9 right now. I was going to keep the 10, but it was like I was thinking about it, and then the 10 sold. So I have a bunch of these to grade yet. If at some point I grade a 10 again, might slip it into the collection depending on how I'm feeling on that day. We'll see. We have Mewtwo Level X, PSA 9 from the collection pack. Registeel, Dragon Blade, Full Art PSA 9. I mean, I don't know if it gets much better than some of these black and white full arts. Just a fantastic card overall. We have Giratina, Cry from the Mysterious 8. Garchomp EX, Core promo. It's like, what was it? Like Spring Hot or something startup. I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but PSA 9, XYP promo. Always like the Core stamp, this little shrimpy guy. We have another really nice one here. PSA 9 Mint, Soul Silver Collection, Fisherman. I mean, look at that. Look at that artwork. Who did this? Kanako-Yo, yeah. Or Kanako, I don't know how you pronounce that exactly, but yeah. I mean, fantastic. Wooper, he's happy. Magikarp, probably going to get caught. He maybe have caught something already, I'm not sure, but yeah. Just a fantastic artwork. And then, I mean, if you don't want the non-holo because you're not a big non-holo fan, you can always look to try and strive for the reverse holo. So, that's what's nice about that era. We have the Mikina, or I don't know, Mishina, I don't know. I don't know how it's pronounced. I didn't watch this movie, and if I did, actually, you know what? I did watch this movie. I lied to you. But it's been that long that I don't remember how to pronounce that. I'm going to say Michina? I don't know. Who knows? You know, probably. You're probably saying, what an idiot, but I don't. But yeah, nice promo here from DPTP, PSA 9 Min here. It's kind of interesting, like this. So this actually came out of the blister that the Pikachu Level X came out of, and I got the same kind of foiling. But I don't think, I'm trying to think if they did this. Oh no, they did do the foiling on this. All the Advent of Arceus promos got this kind of foiling, but I think it's pretty exclusive to those as far as stuff. Because if I remember right, it's actually kind of wild thinking about that now. Wonder Guard here, or excuse me, Weakness Guard. Town of No Map, PSA 9. Got the Charmander in the bubble. Just hanging out. You know what? I'm an idiot, actually. I just kind of dawned on me, like, it's a Weakness Guard. He's in a bubble, and he's surrounded by water, so he's a fire type. Yeah, actually brilliant, just I'm too stupid to realize that until now after seeing that card 1,000 times. Another really good one here. We got Clash of the Blue Sky, Crawdaunt. It's probably one of the best Crawdonts and a really nice card from this era. Like, just kind of craziness going on in this one. Was this Tomoko Wakai? I don't know how many cards they've done, but this is, I wish they would have done more. Fantastic card. Still have yet to grade a 10 on one of these. And you want to talk about modern, I mean, this is super modern at this point. V-Star Universe Ghastly Reverse Foil, PSA 9. I'm really not sure how, like, I'm not grading a 10 on this. I've graded a 9, 2 9s now, I think, an 8. I guess this one might be slightly off-center, but man, dude, like, so crazy. It's like, it's so funny. Like, you grade 10s and all this other stuff, especially like high-end cards, and you have this one reverse foil from a very modern set that for whatever reason you just can't grade a 10. It's honestly comical at this point. We have Mismagius level X, or excuse me, Mismagius GL level X from DPTP promos, PSA 9. Kind of an underrated Pokemon and an underrated level X in general, but pretty decent overall. We have Cresselia level X, Moonlit Pursuit, PSA 9. Haven't graded a 10 of this one yet either, and I've graded a bunch of them. We have Giratina, Gym Pack 10. This art, I think, was used a couple times in XY. This is the gym promo, though. You can tell by the stamp and the XYP, and just because of the way that it is. But, yeah, this is a really nice artwork. It's 5-band, but I don't know. It's a nice Giratina. Glad I got a 10 on that one. And lastly, for this PSA submission, we have Coughing, Reverse Foil, 10. I've graded 2 of these in 10 now. Still have one for sale. So your boy Coughing, we're probably hanging out for a little while. He likes being here, apparently. But these are pretty low pop overall, so to have 2 in 10 is kind of cool. Like, when there's, I mean, maybe this is like pop 15, maybe this one's a little higher, but when you have such a low pop like that, to have 2 of them from something that's from 09, and I get this stuff's only recent and started to get grading, and I grade more of this stuff than probably most people do, but I don't know, it's just cool when you own a chunk of the pop of something like this. These are tough to find. These are tough to find mint, and they scratch easily, which is something that doesn't usually happen. Like, as far as quality, this is on the weaker side for Japan printing, or Japanese printing, excuse me, and that's not typical of them, especially like older eras. So to have something like that actually is a little tougher to grade, tougher to find, and then also, like, again, tough to find mint. Like, something from 09, like, you can't find mint. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's cool. Cool to have 10s of this stuff. But yeah, that about does it, guys. It wraps it up for PSA submission number 11. Get ready. We're going to get kind of, we're going to unload a little bit here with videos the next, like, 2-3 weeks. After I've been, I wouldn't say dormant, but I've been, like, 1, 2, 3 videos max the last couple weeks. But I have so much stuff in the pipeline right now. Some more 151 openings. What, 3 or 4, actually, I think. 4 maybe PSA submissions, 3 PSA submissions right now that I still need to do videos for, and that stuff needs to get listed. Be sending in a ton of subs, at least probably 10 to 15 in the next 2-3 weeks. Those are all going to get a video. Going to be very video heavy the next couple weeks, so I should be having a video every day for, I would think, at least 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Could continue longer because, I mean, I'm going to get stuff back in the meantime, but yeah, if you're getting overwhelmed by it, say it. Maybe I don't always know if I should be doing videos every day, or if people like every other day. It feels a little more suspenseful. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of content people are looking for. So, well, I know what kind of content they're looking for. Well, I think I do, but wow, no, I really don't. But either way, as always, guys, like, subscribe, comment down below, or don't. But either way, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you.